What is going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and today we're bringing you that honest review on Outriders. Now, if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you want to help support the channel and be kept up to date with further Outriders content, be sure to hit that subscribe and the little notification bell. We are also going to be giving away a PC code for the Outriders full game. So all you have to do is comment in the comment section below and any other Outriders video, and we will pick someone at random to win this final code. With that being said, let's get straight into the review. So right now we have just finished the game and had enough gameplay to give an honest review. Now I will say I am an ambassador, but that will not stop me from being true and brutally honest. And if you followed my channel, you know I will not hold back. Now, getting into the gameplay first, I think it's great. You know, the work that's gone into the missions, the look of the weapons and the look of the armor is incredible. And the story and, you know, even the architecture is something really to enjoy, you know, something to get that camera mode if you've got Nvidia and literally take some images and snaps. It really is beautiful to look at. Now the game runs smoothly at around 170 frames per second on PC for me. I am using a 3070 and a 5800X on high settings. Now I did find that if I go to ultra as a setting, as I normally would in games like this, it does cause stuttering and regular crashing. But you know, I'm happy to sit at high, but I would have liked it not to be like I can't go on ultra when I've got a 3070 GPU. But hey, maybe it's time to just upgrade. So I do believe that they've learned a lot from what the consumer wants or what the customer wants from during the demo, and this is kind of reflected in the full game, you know, such as adding the motion blur, more visual settings, and of course the addition to the FPS in the cutscenes, making it more visually pleasing when we're watching those scenes. As far as a transition from demo to full game, that was also flawless for us. We didn't lose any gear, the progression stayed the same, and we encountered no bugs or inventory wipes, which of course is always a big bonus. Now, of course, we did get early access to the game, so although people are having server issues, which we'll go into soon, I managed to get a fair bit of playtime in. Now, this is what's, you know, why that's important. Why do people get early access? Well, we as the early access people gave feedback which led to some changes within the game before it was released, like certain crashes. So it's not just a case of early access got to play, and I have seen a few people saying this, but we actually encountered issues and disconnections the same as everybody else, but we got to report them instantly and actually filter out some of the issues that were in the game before everyone got it released. Now, the server issues are of course frustrating, and we're going to address these now. You know, they're even frustrating for me, and I've expressed this as well. So being at the end of a boss fight, you know, it lasts around 25 minutes, then you're right just about to kill the boss, you get disconnected. Now that's not what I want on a Friday and Saturday night. Now there's of course a lot of hate going around for this, and a number of people have taken to Twitter and started verbally attacking the devs on social media, via inbox or via posts. Now, I will say one thing, if you do that, just go take a look at yourself in the mirror, stop doing it. Why would you do that? The devs, it's not their fault as such that the servers are having issues. They want you to play the game just as much as you want to be playing it. Keep in your mind, if you don't play the game and the numbers are down, the devs are the ones at the forefront of that. Why would they not want you on the game? And they are trying their best. Now, abusing them is only going to take away their morale, it's going to make them unhappy and simply annoy them. You're not going to achieve anything by verbally attacking them. So, as I say, I'm frustrated because of the issues, you know, and I'm a strong believer in first day server issues can be forgiven, you know. If it's one day, then it can be forgiven. Of course, now we're on day 3. And it's still not stable. Even I'm annoyed. Now, I'm not a dev and I have no idea how that works, how the servers work and all that good stuff. So I don't feel like I have the right to get mad about it. And for anyone that says I didn't buy the game, I actually did buy the game as well as having my early access copy. No, so me being me, of course, you know, I've raised these frustrations within the devs chat, and if I'm being honest, we've got to kind of cut them a little bit of slack. They've had millions of players, which they almost certainly didn't expect to have playing. You know, they're all coming to play this game at the same time over a bank holiday weekend or I don't know what you guys call it in America, but you basically have like a 4-day weekend. So it's going to be stupid busy and everyone going to be on at the same time. On top of that, during a lockdown in the UK, also during, you know, all of this kind of stuff that's going on in the world where people are not going out. So, you know, let's give them a little bit of slack on that. They definitely are working around the clock, and I've seen it. You know, I've seen them at 3 a.m. I was up last night, and there were still devs working at 3 a.m. trying to fix issues. Now, if I was to take a guess, I'd say that their servers are most likely third-party owned, so they've probably got to deal with that side of things. And of course, they're communicating like every 30 minutes, it feels like, on Twitter. So this leads me to my next point: communication and transparency. Now, they've been amazing from the start. If we can all say that not once have they hidden away when a problem has arisen. They've simply highlighted it and were completely honest in their approach, you know. Like last night, for example, when they said, hey, we need to turn it off and turn it back on again, because pretty much we're just trying to do what we can to get you guys on. That to me is honest, and it is really good approach. Now, this isn't something that's seen in the community nowadays either, especially in the gaming community. And to me, I hope it sets a new standard for communicating with your customers. You know, like Ubisoft probably could do with some lessons of community management from these guys. Now, hopefully this carries on after the game is settled and after it's been a little while. Hopefully they do stay communicating with us and stay transparent with us. And I honestly do have faith that they will. So with that out of the way, let's talk about our experience in playing the game. Now, we absolutely loved it. And I say we, you know, I played as a Devastator. My teammate had a Technomancer, Matty Lara, and also Jeremy had a Trickster. And we played our own roles, you know, and we never once lowered the world tier to help us out. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to say it in every single video until people start listening: do not lower the world tier. Ignore the creators who are telling you it's the best way. And yes, I'm doing air quotes when I say best way. That may be the best for them to get to end game so fast, but you might want to take your time. You might want to enjoy the story. You might even like the challenge. Imagine that. The reason why they have to get to end game, and the same as me, is it's kind of a race to get there, to produce content first. The average consumer doesn't need that. You don't need to be going through on World Tier 4 the whole way just to get to the expeditions, just to then say, oh, that was story mode was very short. You can't do that in the game. Please don't listen to these guys. You know, it's just crazy. And honestly, I think the best way to experience the game is to have the challenge. And of course, if it wasn't meant to be that way, why would they introduce world tiers? They would just have one difficulty throughout the whole mission or throughout the whole story. So play it as it comes. If you're going up world tiers, it means that you're good enough to go up world tiers. So for example, if you keep dying, you're not going to go from world tier 5 to 6. It's going on your ability. So why wouldn't you want to challenge your own ability to try and make it to that next level? Now, with that being said, playing in a team, for me, made the game a lot more fun. When I was solo, it was good and it was enjoyable, but as soon as I got in a team with a couple of friends, it made it a complete different experience. It's one of the games you can almost relax with a beer, play with your buddies from across the world, of course, when the servers work. But for me, I found, you know, it was just very much a good game to have a laugh and a joke with some friends. You don't have to take it too serious, although you do have that serious side when it starts getting crazy, like, you know, in the footage behind when there's a lot of captains and stuff. But honestly, I feel like playing as a team is definitely the way to go with this game. Now, I played as the Devastator, like I say, and honestly, I wasn't that impressed with Devastator. It just didn't meet my expectations from the demo. So his end line of skills just didn't seem to be of much use to me. compared to the other classes. So they didn't, however, stop me from enjoying the gameplay, but I just feel like Devastator was a little bit of a letdown when it come towards the end of the skills. But that's my personal opinion. I just didn't really like his skills at the end. Now, the fact it's an aggressive game, you know, really appeals to me. I don't really like sitting in cover, so this run and gun is a breath of fresh air for sure. You know, feeling powerful is the name of the game here, and they've implemented that well with the run and gun, kill to heal. Now, also going on to side missions, linking into the actual story, that they've made that really well. You know, that each character has their own story, but it also links into the full story of the actual game. So for me, it's interesting to go and do those side missions. Also, the side missions give you better loot, and most of the time give you guaranteed epic loot. So for me, it's definitely worth going off and doing that. Now, being aggressive in a game, you know, like I say, really is my playstyle. And if that's your playstyle, you're definitely going to want to enjoy this game and you want to get into it. Now, it's almost got the feel of a live open world game with those side quests, with the camps and all that. But of course it isn't. So we got to remember that it's not a live service game. It's not an open world game either. If you kill these NPCs and then walk back through, they're not going to respawn. You're not going to walk through and see other people on the map. You're just going to be there with your own teammates. So overall, I'd say this game is certainly worth buying, but there are some pointers that you need to keep an eye out for. One of them things is, before you buy it, I would personally check on the server situation. I would not buy it right at this particular moment because the servers are having issues. So if I was a general customer, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't purchase the game right this second. But I would keep an eye on it, because when the game works and when the servers are working, which they will be working again shortly, the game is incredible. It's probably one of the best games I've played for a long time. And honestly, what else is there to play right now? Destiny has server issues. The Division is pretty much gone and dead and buried with content, at least until they bring something new out in the end of the year. So there's not really a lot of choice out there, but it doesn't make this game any less enjoyable. It's not just because this game's out that it's good. It's good because the gameplay is good, the builds are good, the diversity of the classes are very good, and honestly, you can pretty much spec your skill tree into anything you want. So another thing I'd keep an eye on is basically what people's opinions are. Watch reviews, see if you like it, watch some gameplay. But of course, again, don't listen to the people saying the game's too hard, turn down your world tier, because they clearly don't know how to play games. I'm just kidding. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.